I'm super excited to do this review. I know that this movie came out in like select theaters a while back, but it just recently came out available for online streaming and DVD purchase. I actually just rented it on Amazon. I do plan to try and get it on DVD because I just like to have physical copies of stuff. But I basically just got done watching it. So I just wanted to kind of do a quick review on it. I know it's not really horror. It's kind of a thriller though. I'm currently wearing an Andy Black shirt. So for anyone who doesn't know, I am a fan of Andy Biersack, Andy Black, Black Veil Brides, all of that. But yeah, let's just get into it. So, like I said, I didn't get to see this in theaters, unfortunately, but I did stream it online. I really enjoyed this film. It was so good. I will say I was really excited for this film, and I was not let down. This movie was so good. It was so exciting from just start to finish. Never really a dull moment in this movie, and I thought everyone did amazing. I thought Andy did a wonderful job. Kid can act. Kid, we're the same age. Dude can act. So for those who don't know, this movie is it's called American Satan, and it is about a group of guys in a band who move to LA to try to become famous and basically end up selling their soul to Satan to get everything they want, which they do, but obviously that comes with strings attached, and everything doesn't necessarily go exactly as they planned. The main character, Johnny, is played by Andy Biersack, who, for those who don't know, is I mentioned, but he's the lead singer of Black Veil Brides, also has a solo project called Andy Black, and he did really, really good in this. It also has one of the guys from Asking Alexandria, Ben Bruce, I believe is his name, and he was really good as well. I just from the very start loved his character. He was funny, and was like, I'm gonna love this character, and I did. And there are parts where you feel for him. Ben really did a very believable job. I am gonna get into spoilers, but I kind of want to get into that a little bit later. But yeah, I thought he did a really good, really convincing job. There also is a couple of familiar faces as well. The actor that plays like the guy that owns the record label that they're signed to was in. Sorry, I'm like messing around, I'm fidgety. Was in Sons of Anarchy. The actor that plays the devil has been in a million things. If you've seen it, you know who it is, recognize. And then the actor that plays like their band manager is in Game of Thrones, I believe. I've mentioned before that I don't watch that show, but I'm pretty sure he's in that. Drake Bell is also in it. And I will talk about all of that here in a little bit. But I just kind of wanted to talk about kind of everybody. Wanted to talk about everybody's portrayals, everyone else's portrayals first, and just kind of get my first thoughts out before I get into any spoilery stuff. This movie is about rock and roll, and the LA kind of lifestyle. It does feature heavy on the drugs and sex and violence, so if that's not your thing, I would highly not suggest seeing this. But if you are fine with all of that stuff, it's really good. If you are a rock fan, it is amazing. If you like any sort of thriller or horror films, even though this isn't really horror, it's kind of thriller-esque. But if you are into any of those that feature like metal or rock and roll music, I highly, highly suggest that you check this movie out. You can go to their website to find out like everywhere that you can view it, but I know, again, I rented it on Amazon. Pretty sure there are multiple other places you can rent it online, and again, you can get it a physical copy as well, which again I plan to do. Also, fun fact, so Andy Biersack does not actually sing in the movie. I believe for legal reasons he wasn't able to use his voice, but I know he also mentioned that he kind of wanted to be able to separate himself from the character, as he is a singer in a rock band as well. So not using his own vocals, sorry, my phone keeps buzzing. He was kind of able to do that, which I thought was really cool. And the vocals are actually done by the lead singer for a band called Palais Royale, who I actually got into them recently because of hearing about this movie, and they were also on Andy's little like show he has on Patreon. And they are an amazing band. Highly, highly suggest that you check those guys out if you like rock music. But a lot of their songs are used in this film, which was really cool. I heard that some of their songs obviously were going to be in it, and there are some original songs that were created for the movie as well, which was awesome. But as a Palais Royale fan, the amount of their songs that you hear in this film was really cool. If you are not a fan of any of the band's artists, there's no requirement to watch this movie. I'll just say that as well. You know, you don't have to be obsessed with any of these people to appreciate this movie. And if you don't like any of those bands, I still suggest that you watch the movie, because it's still really, really good, and maybe it'll change your mind. But yeah, I definitely think, as a fan of both Black Veil Brides and Palais, it's very interesting. Watching Andy lip sing to Remy's voice was an experience. It's very odd at first. I'm like, that's not your voice, and I know whose voice that is. So, as a fan, it's a little bit odd, but he did a really good job. I mean, there wasn't a lot of, like, and I know that he practiced, like, singing along and lip singing to their songs a lot. And obviously he was also on tour with them, but I think that might have actually been after filming anyway. But I mean, it was done so well. Like, there wasn't a lot of parts where, like, you know, they cut away so you couldn't notice that he was lip singing. Like, there's a scene where they're recording their album, and it's like on his face, like up close, and he's singing like into this mic along to Remy's voice, or Remington's voice. And it's really not noticeable. Like, you kind of, if you didn't know, you wouldn't know. Okay, so to get into the spoiler alert stuff, yeah, we're gonna get into the spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, I would suggest watching it first and then coming back to finish the video. So, for the spoilery stuff, I did say that I would mention Drake Bell's character. I will say I was not expecting that human sacrifice. I feel like I should have expected something like that in this movie, seeing as what the topic is, but I wasn't, and that was surprising. I think the fact that you took, you have a cast full of not super familiar faces. Like I said, there's a couple of familiar faces, but for the most part, not. So, taking someone who's, you know, quite a familiar face, Drake Bell had quite a large career for a while there, and killing him off so early in the film was smart and surprising. I was not expecting that. I thought his character was going to have a longer part, I suppose. I did not expect that to happen so quickly. I will say the only thing I didn't really like about it was the fact that they made his character like a rapist, because it kind of gave you more, I guess, leeway to not feel so bad for her. I feel like maybe it could have had his death could have had a little bit more impact emotionally if you felt bad for him. And maybe it's just me, maybe I'm horrible, but I was just like, as he sings, let him burn. Song. But yeah, it's hard to feel bad for that dude. I think if they had just let him kind of be an asshole, but not a rapist, maybe would have felt like a little bit more bad for him. So that's kind of my only gripe with that, but I do think that whole thing was done really well, doing it so early on with an actor very familiar, and I thought he did a good job as an asshole. For the most part, his acting career has been, nice Nickelodeon boy, so I thought he did a good job. I mean, I have mixed feelings about comments that he has made in the past, but that's a whole nother thing. Sorry, I'm like fidgety, messing with stuff. And yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about Ben's acting. I said before that he did a very convincing job, and that is with the real sad stuff with the band manager that's his best friend, blanking out the character's name, I apologize. But with his death, which is horrible, by the way. I kind of saw it coming when he got taken back there. I was like, he's gonna die. He's gonna OD. Knew that was gonna happen. And then it did. So, but yeah, I just thought Ben, like, you really felt for him, and his crying and all of that was so intense and like heartbreaking. And yeah, you just really felt for the poor guy. Like, he just lost his best friend. His lead singer just like fucked the girl that he liked. All that, which is horrible. And then yeah, on to Andy's acting. I said in the beginning he did an amazing job. He really, really, truly did. He seemed like he was really fucked up, and as someone who is a fan, made that shit kind of harder to watch. It was like, no, like, don't die, don't be on drugs. Obviously, I know that's not real Andy. Real Andy doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs, quit smoking, he's vegan now, like, a little, good boy now. But, yeah, like, all the acting in this was really well done. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it was really exciting from start to finish. The soundtrack was amazing. The fact that, well, so at one point they had a scene that featured a In This Moment song, which I recognize. They featured 2 songs from The Pretty Reckless, which was also awesome. And other songs from other bands as well. A lot of Korn. I noticed Ashley Costello from New Year's Day made like a random appearance. She was in like that one scene, which I was like, what? I was like, that is awesome. That I got really excited about. I really love that they just kind of snuck people in that way, which was really cool. But yeah, soundtrack for this movie, obviously fucking fantastic. Probably gonna get the CD, I guess, of the soundtrack, because that'd be really enjoyable. But yeah, I really like this movie. I highly suggest that you check this out. It was really fucking good, and I'm probably gonna watch it again, multiple times. But let's kind of, I do apologize. I know my reviews tend to be more of just a ramble. I don't really come up with like any sort of script or anything. I just go off the top of my mind. Trying to think if there's anything else that I really wanted to talk about. Again, it's a rock movie, so if you are sensitive to drug use or violence or even sex, probably not the movie for you. But if you are okay with all that stuff, highly suggest it. I will leave a link to the official website down below so that you can check it out, so that you can find out where else you can watch this. And yeah, like I said, highly suggest that you check out Palais Royale. Also, if you have never listened to them, because they are very good. As well as also Black Veil Bride's new album dropped a couple days ago, and it's awesome. So highly suggest, if you are a rock fan, you check that out as well. But yeah, this is my rambling review of American Satan, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this mess of a video. Let me know what you guys thought of the movie down below. Oh, yes, also, one thing about it, I don't know as though I quite understand the ending. That was kind of the big thing that threw me off. I think I get it, but I'm not 100% sure. So, if you've seen this and you want to explain the ending to me, you can hit me up on Twitter to do so, or you can leave it in the comments below if you want. Just because I was a little bit confused. It just like ended, and I was like, what? I'm assuming he's getting out of prison. I'm just not really sure about, like, because his girlfriend says two's better than one, and I was like, and then he like kind of looks at the camera and it ends, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I'm so confused. I think I know what it means. So just, if you are sure you know, leave it in the comments below, or if you don't want to ruin it for other people, you can hit me up on Twitter, which is down in the description below, along with all my other social medias and whatnot. Also you will find a link in the description below to my Patreon page. If you guys pay attention to what's going on in the YouTube universe, you will know that they changed like the YouTube program thing rules, whatever, for monetization again. So just when I hit 10,000 views on my channel, they fucking changed the rules again. I'm not gonna go into it. It's trending on Twitter. You guys can look it up. So checking out my Patreon page would be awesome. You can do $1. You can do $2 to get early access to videos, to private posts, a lot of other access for just $2, and then there are other options as well. It is a monthly thing, but you can always cancel or change your donation. You can also choose to do a one-time donation. So, I mean, if you guys want to check that out, that would be awesome. You obviously don't have to, but just thought I would mention it with all the shit that's going on. Hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a big old thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys later.